Susie.
Todd.
From HeyGrillHey.com, and today we're doing something a little different than a recipe. We just got the brand new Camp Chef Woodwind with Wi-Fi controller. We're gonna assemble it, and by we, I mean Todd's gonna assemble it, and I'm gonna read the manual while he puts it together. And then we're gonna show you guys all of the inner workings of this fantastic grill, give you a little review on how it comes together, and then you can check one out for yourself at campchef.com.
Yes.
All right, let's do it. It came on a pallet. We put it in our garage. Now Todd's gonna cut it open.
There she is.
Drink, yeah. We've got the grill assembled. We're gonna walk you through some of the features before we plug it in and do our initial burn-in. But putting it together, what do you think the overall assembly took time-wise?
45 minutes.
Yeah,
An hour.
I would say 45 to 60 minutes. 2 people. We did use a drill, but there is, you know, some stuff included to help you.
Be careful if you use a drill.
Okay, so there's the lid. It opens. It has a handle on it. Okay, let's talk about the interior features. So there is a second layer of grill grates on the top, and these are fantastic because they slide in and out, and you can even move them up onto the same level. So it essentially doubles your overall grilling space because, as you can see, the way that they have the lid and the barrel, these grill grates are huge. I think with these 2 grates combined, there's over 1,200 square inches of grilling real estate, which is a ton of food. There is an internal thermometer that tracks the temperature of your cook. That's what signals to the computer inside that it needs more pellets. You need to build a bigger fire. The grates on the main thing are my favorite because look, there's 3 of them, and they break into individual pieces, and these fit in my dishwasher. So if I want to get a really, really deep clean on these, I can actually take each one of them apart and pop them in my dishwasher, which is fantastic. Let's take a look at kind of the inner workings of this guy. The deflector plate in here is what creates that indirect cooking experience, but what's really cool about these units is they have a vented deflector plate, which means by sliding this knob right here, let's take this off and show you what happens. Which means by sliding this knob right here, you go from indirect cooking to direct flame cooking, which is really exciting and gives you a lot of versatility. So if you want to do indirect low and slow barbecue, leave it closed, great way to go. If you want a higher temperature, hot and fast grilling experience, we can normally see temperatures of over 500 degrees right above the fire pot, and you're cooking on a real wood fire, a high temperature fire. It's totally delicious and a really fun way to kind of use the versatility of the slide and grill feature on these grills, which is cool. Come on down here. While it's open, yeah, slide it back open. So inside you have the fire pot. This is where the pellets are fed and ignited. This is where they smolder, produce heat and smoke. And these grills have an ash dump feature. So when you're done cooking, when the grill is totally cooled down, you can pull a knob and it'll dump the ashes from the fire pot into a cup that you can then toss, which is really exciting because you don't have to get in there every single time and vacuum out the fire pot. It gives you the cup when you dump it. It gives you a lot more time between cleans, which is fantastic. You have a lot of less ash blowing around inside of your smoker, which is fantastic. And it just makes it easier to use. We have an optional accessory on our Woodwind CL. This is the Sidekick unit. This is a massive burner. It's a propane-based burner. You can use this for boiling potatoes. You can use this for deep frying. They also have attachments. You can use it as a griddle. You can use it, they have a barbecue box if you want to see temperatures of like 750 plus up to 900 degrees Fahrenheit in the barbecue box. You can absolutely purchase those accessories, add them on, and it gives you pretty much an entire outdoor cooking unit that will do anything that you can possibly imagine, all in one unit, which is really cool. There's also a pizza oven attachment, which we really like to use. Let's put this back together and then we'll come talk about the hopper and the hopper assembly. So all of this is pretty much standard in the units that you can get at Camp Chef right now, but the difference for this new unit is the most anticipated, I think, release in a Camp Chef product in a very long time, and that is the Wi-Fi controller. This will connect to your Wi-Fi, this will connect to an app on your phone, and you can actually control the temperatures of your cook remotely, which is a very big deal. There are 4 probes to track your temperature. These come included with the purchase of your grill. If you ever need new ones, you can buy replacement probes for really affordable, which is nice. Todd just pretty. That's cute. I'm gonna make you thermometer probe earrings. Okay, so these hook right into the housing, and then they actually feed into your smoker so that you don't have to worry about like crimped thermometer cords, which can cause issues, through this beautiful little hole right here on the side with a sliding little window. So you just plug these in, slide the probes themselves through the holes, and then into your food. And that allows you to track temperatures in an amazing way. So you essentially have 5 probes. You have the thermometer probe tracking the temperatures in your chamber, and then you have 4 probes that will be tracking the temperatures of all the different food on your grill, which is pretty rad. It's already reading the temperature in hole number 1. It's 68 degrees.
What a great day.
That is a beautiful day today. So to get this thing set up, I'm gonna show you guys kind of what the app looks like. You have to create a username, you have to sign in, and then from there, you can establish your cooks.
Okay.
We're gonna turn it on for the first time because anytime you set up a new grill, it's important to do what's called a burn-in process. So we're gonna run this on high temperature for about 45 minutes, and it's gonna burn off any of the excess manufacturing residue, oils, all of the stuff that they need to package and ship. And then we're gonna be ready to start cooking.
Boom.
So let's take a look at the app and get this thing started. I signed into the app, I verified my email address, and now it's telling me to search for the unit. So our unit's plugged in, search for device, found new grill, connect, success. That took like 3 seconds.
A device is attempting to pair.
Okay, what's the number?
502 672.
It's the secret.
Don't tell them.
But the cool thing about that is that nobody can like steal your cook from you, because that'd be kind of a funny prank. Okay, success, continue. And then we hop onto our Wi-Fi network. I bet you guys can't guess what our Wi-Fi network is called. Hey Wi-Fi, hey.
That you or me?
You did that. So we connected the app to the grill. You can connect via Bluetooth or Wi-Fi, and as you plug it in, it'll tell you the temperatures of each of the independent probes. It'll also tell you what mode your grill is currently on. So we just turned it on to feed mode because the first time you start your grill, you actually need to feed pellets into the fire pot or it won't start. You can follow all of the initial startup instructions in the manual itself. It'll tell you exactly what to do. We're gonna run this on feed, get pellets in the grill, and then we're gonna actually increase the temperature to high, let it run, burn off all of that stuff, and then we're ready to start cooking. All right guys, we've been using the Camp Chef Woodwind with Wi-Fi for the past couple of weeks. I've done a bunch of cooks on it. I have been waiting for the release of this video so that I could give you an update on how we are loving this grill, and so far you guys, so good. The temperature control is amazing. We've put out a bunch of turkeys already this year leading up to Thanksgiving. We're really into this grill. One of the features that I wanted to highlight that I didn't really know about when we were assembling the grill, but I discovered upon using it, was the set smoke feature. And we all know that with pellet grills, they're delightful because you can set the temperature and it'll kind of maintain those temperatures for you. But one of the biggest complaints about pellet smoking is that you really can't control the smoke level. And so if you want a heavier smoke, if you want more of that smoke flavor, maybe a darker bark on your low and slow smoked meats, it was hard to make that happen unless you supplemented with like additional accessories in the barrel itself. But with the Camp Chef controller on Wi-Fi, you can actually set a smoke setting between 1 and 10. 1 being low smoke, 10 being high smoke. And so if you're doing 225 on a brisket and you want to get as much smoke in there as possible, you can set that smoke setting all the way up to 10. Or if you're baking something like cookies at 350 and you want the smoke to be minimal, you bump it all the way down to 1. So what this does is give you a lot more control over your cook from the smoke settings, which I think is pretty awesome because who doesn't want more control in their cooks? One thing that we realized with the smoke settings is because it prioritizes smoke, it's gonna change the temperature. So if you're all the way down to 1, your temperature is gonna be super, super consistent. If you bump that smoke all the way up to 10, you're gonna see a little bit more fluctuations in the temperatures, but for me, that's not a big deal. I have fluctuations even in my oven inside, and the fluctuations aren't huge. They're pretty small. I would say like 10 to 12 degrees. So when you're doing a brisket low and slow for a really long time, it's minimal and it hasn't really affected me. But I will say that I have super, super loved having the ability to just control more of the smoke inside of the grill and on my cooks. We've really just loved this unit. I think there's a ton that you guys can do with it. And man, I'm excited to see what you guys cook on these grills. If you want to check one out, grab the link in the video description, head to Camp Chef's website. They'll give you a rundown on all of the specs. But this is a big deal for people who have been waiting for Camp Chef to put out a Wi-Fi unit. It's here. They did an amazing job. And for those of you that already own a Camp Chef grill that you love, they are selling the Wi-Fi controller separately that you can actually retrofit to your current grill. They want to take care of you. They want to make sure that you guys have the best experience with your Camp Chef smoker. That's it for me. I hope you guys check it out. We love this grill. We're going to be using it for a long time and we'll be sharing a lot of new recipes on it. So make sure you subscribe to the channel. Watch every Thursday. We'll be putting out a new recipe video for you. See ya.